Disclaimer, yes.
So I'm walking back from work and I just heard that MCC is back, March 26th. Yeah, it's time to get to work, aren't I? This is Duechayapol and welcome back to a very scuffed beginning of Behind the Dome. So I'm walking back from work and yeah, just heard the Twitter notification that hey, the thing is back. And of course, with me doing Behind the Dome and such, there's a lot of work that we're gonna do in the next couple of weeks, next couple of days. So yeah, expect a lot of that, I would say. And yeah, but tonight we are going to take a look at the part 2 of the sense of time meta, focusing on the meta, of course, sense of time, where last week we covered the history of it. So now we're going to cover the strategies as well as the meta that is behind the game itself. That's that. But now though, here's me at home telling you the news other than MCC 20.
But before that, here are some news. Firstly, last week, tester applications were reopened for 3 days, with a huge amount of applications received during those days, possibly around the thousands and such. The apps will be reviewed with the successful applications being heard no more than 14th of March. Which means that you will hear back from Danny Bush Bandit himself. Same as with other waves and MCCR apps, people who are not successful are not given feedback, since, you know, if you are on Danny's shoes, you're in Danny's shoes, freaking hell, there's a lot of feedback to be written, and it's all or nothing. You either don't give a feedback at all, or you just give all the feedback, so that it's fair for everyone. Secondly, and finally, on Twitter this week, one of the MCCR participants, Soup for Eloise, joined the Noxcrew as their new social media manager, in, of course, replacing Lauren for the Twitter itself. Hey, there's 2 MCCR participants in the Noxcrew now, and hey, let the chaos ensue and wish her the best of luck. And as for you wanna know, Lauren is working with Swag Universe at the moment in time, but again, wish both the best of luck of everything. So then, that's all the news that I have. Anyways, let's talk about Sands of Time. So 2 weeks ago, we took a look at the evolution and history of the game from its origin in the Noxcrew game show to what it is now in MCC. Well, this week, we will take a look at the strategies and tactics that have evolved throughout the game's run in MCC.
Hopefully we have a lot of coins, even without gems.
Oh, you're
just
so
made it back. You might be able to make it.
Where's the
No,
exit?
no, left,
Behind you, left,
left.
up. Please!
I did it.
Thank God.
Oh my god,
job.
that was horrible.
Oh my gosh.
So, Sands of Time, as you have known already, is a very high-stake game that revolves around exploration and communication in order to win big in the game. Now, as it is a communicative game, there are various strategies and meta that are used throughout the game's lifespan. From simple ones all the way to how the fuck did All-Stars Red Rapids dominated the game.
We were the last team. We were the last. Oh, nice.
it.
We got 5K. We got
we did the best. We did the best.
Let's go.
Well, we will of course start with the simple one yet. The simple row split.
It's Sands of Time.
Okay.
You are the cornerstone of this.
In Sands of Time, with 4 players, you would need to coordinate your team and assign people to do certain tasks inside the game. A basic split for the team would be a 3-1 split, with 3 being the runners and 1 being the sandkeeper. The sandkeeper's role is very simple on the surface. Collect sands and coins around the spawn, watch the timer, fill the sand, and call out how much time is left in the timer periodically. The runner's roles are also very simple. Explore the dungeons, collect coins, and run through vaults as efficiently as possible.
Stand for you, Whiskey. Alright, we got the vault.
huge.
Rack.
Good shit.
I see it.
I have no more sand. Okay, green key. You've got the green key. Well,
And a piece of sand. I'm heading back.
We need your sand.
I got the blue vault. I got the blue vault.
Okay,
Nice.
Rack.
I don't have a rusty
Oh,
key.
it's the wrong way.
Well, yeah, that's a very, very solid, simple strategy that every team has. That's alright. Well, not quite yet. Throughout the lifespan of the game, these roles are either much more dynamic or expanded throughout. Focusing on Season 2, with the introduction of the vault indications as well as sand sacrifices, these changes would change how the game is run from the beginning all the way to the end. Firstly, there is a saying that you should know by now. Blue vault first. That's right, the first strategy is to go for blue vaults first. Right away, one person goes directly under spawn, collect the blue key, and spin through the blue vault path. That way it saves plenty of time of a runner going back and get the key from the Sandkeeper, who may collected the blue key already. And instead going in one direction and come back when necessary, or after they completed the vaults.
That's good. I found blue vault, blue vault, blue vault, blue vault.
Okay.
Aside from that, we might want to take a step back to what I said earlier. Well, remember that basic split that is the 3-1 split? Well, not anymore. In modern sense of time, the roles should be very much dynamic. Instead of just a static one Sandkeeper, why not make it 2 and have them switch places multiple times throughout? Well, here's a simple sequence of the events that should be happening when it comes to 2 Sandkeepers. So, the initial Sandkeeper, let's call him Steve. Steve would be the main Sandkeeper for that time being, collecting sand that is necessary around the spawn until he reaches a puzzle room containing a red key. While watching the sand timer, Steve would try and solve the puzzle in order to get the red key. Afterwards, of course, he would continue doing spawn tasks while waiting for the other person, which is the initial runner, who, let's call him Stevie. You get it? Cause you know that YouTuber who copies people's videos idea. Yeah, that guy. Now, Stevie would go for the strategy that I mentioned earlier. Blue vault first, by going under the timer and collect the blue key. Then, Stevie would go directly to the blue vault, collecting the coins, then come back. Stevie would then switch places with Steve with the sands exchanged as well. Now, Stevie would become the Sandkeeper and Steve would be the runner, finding the red vault as soon as possible and collect the coins from there. As well as that, they might also switch around as time goes by to explore the other parts of the dungeon. Now, aside from that, the 2 other runners, on the other hand, may also interchange with each other if they find the keys that they would need, or they just free roam in general. They are just general runners, you know. Yeah, get it, yeah. Of course, this strategy is pretty much an ideal one in a perfect vault. However, this will of course depend on the individuals themselves as well to execute this.
So,
Let's go! Oh, we were the last one!
Holy shit! Oh my god, we did great!
100 there.
Holy fuck!
100!
Now, aside from that, one more thing that is also quite a norm as well as was the beta that is popularly known as well. It is the sand sacrifices. And either way to execute this perfectly is to sacrifice your sand at the end of the game when there's some left. However, by the looks of things, people do be escaping at the nick of time, which, you know, that means like there's less sand, so, you know, yeah, it is not efficiently used a lot.
Get out.
Wait, put the sand on the timer! Sand! Nice! You're gone, you're good.
Oh my god!
So there, an ideal strategy with the help of new changes. But of course, if we talk about how it was executed throughout the event, well, aside from of course All-Stars Red Rabbits, the meta stays the same for the most part. The 3-1 split with the Sandkeeper stays at spawn and do the lobby room tasks, as well as keeping the timers up and runners go running. But the Blue Vault first meta has also becoming a norm for teams as times goes by as well. It's the Vault's meta now in the modern world, rather than just exploration all alone. With that being said, Sands of Time is a very interesting game with risk and reward assessment and such. With everyone's contribution, specific roles, and taking care of the obstacles they face, the game is manageable and therefore easy to conquer it all. Or, if it all fails, well, you will have to be locked in. Of course, the blowout is always the first thing you would go for, isn't it? Yep, as long as the key is there, they would go for it first. Now then, that is all we have time for today in good old MCC Live Show Behind the Dome. Yeah, unfortunately there's only one segment because due to time constraints and that I am back in like not in full force, there's a lot of things going on. But good news is that the segment that I skipped this Behind the Dome will be released later on next week. So be sure to stick around during when that comes. Until then though, thank you so much for watching and keep on watching Duechayapol. I'll see you guys next Friday, guaranteed.